I'm Janet with Best Behaved Dogs in Alexandria, Virginia. And now that so many of us are having to spend so much more time indoors because of social distancing, I'm making a series of videos showing you fun training games that you can play with your dog inside your house. So today I want to explain 101 things to do with a box to you. It's not necessarily the most intuitive game, but once you and your dog understand it, it's really fun, and it does really help you with some foundation skills that are important if you want to do any kind of shaping. So in 101 things to do with a box, you just need a box, any box. It doesn't necessarily matter the size or the type of box, and you actually don't even need a box. You can do it with pretty much any object that's not dangerous or poisonous to your dog. So you need also, of course, a dog, and ideally a dog who's food motivated, because we do use treats. If your dog is not food motivated, you can certainly reward with a toy or praise. And your dog does need to understand a word that means that's what I want, now you're going to get a treat. So technically it's a conditioned reinforcer. When we use it as a word dog, people call it a marker word. But again, what the word means is that's what I want, now you're going to get a treat. So you would start with the beginner dog by putting the box down. Most dogs, because the boxes have moved, will look at it, and you would say your marker word. I use yes and treat. So the goal of 101 things to do with a box is to build your dog's confidence and their understanding that it's okay to offer new behaviors. They don't have to wait for you to show them what to do. They can try to figure it out on their own. The goal for you is to recognize when your dog is offered a new behavior and to work on your verbal timing. So in 101 things to do with a box, there is absolutely no behavior that's wrong unless it's a behavior that your dog understands is not allowed in any context, like going potty in the house or something like that. Otherwise, anything that your dog chooses to do with the box is fine. So as soon as your dog does something with the box, you say the marker word, or you're welcome to use a clicker. So you mark the behavior, treat, and then next time your dog does something with a box, mark, treat. And you do that until your dog has done the same behavior 3 times in a row with confidence, and then you stop rewarding that behavior, because your goal is to get your dog to offer another behavior. Your ultimate goal is to get your dog to be creative and start thinking, what else can I do, instead of, oh, this is the only thing you want me to do. I have to do the same behavior over and over. So anything your dog does, again, is fine. And then your job as the person is to decide what is different. So as an example, if your dog comes over and pushes down the flap with a paw, what if they do it next time twice? Is that different, or is that still the same? There is no right answer. It depends on what you think and what you're working on. What if your dog pushes the flap up with their paw versus pushing it down? What if they use right paw one time, left paw one time? Is that different? You can also start thinking about duration. If your dog steps into the box and then immediately steps out, that's great. But what if they step in and they stay there for 2 full seconds? Is that considered different? So the more you work with your dog on 101 things to do with a box, the more their confidence grows, because they learn, oh, I can decide what I want to do. I can be creative. And then the more it helps with your timing, your verbal timing. So if, let's say, your dog steps in the box and steps out, and then you say your word, well, now your dog is going to think, oh, I'm getting rewarded for not going in the box. You want to say a word when your dog steps in. So it's super fun. It's a very creative game. All you need is a cardboard box and some treats. You don't need a large space. So I hope that you will have fun playing with your dogs at home. And then in this playlist, there are a lot of videos showing me working with other dogs, so you can see what beginner dogs look like, what dogs look like as they get more comfortable with the game. So I hope you're having fun playing with your dogs at home.